spokesperson reacts to Obidients rally in Governor Okowa's hometown in Delta. Dino Melaya, spokesperson of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council, has stated those who participate in rallies organized by Obidients are hired. Story. He made this statement while reacting to the recent 1 million march carried out by Obidients in Governor Okowa's hometown. According to him, he terms it as propaganda and fiction because he believes the participants were paid to participate. He stated that any rally organized by his principal, Atiku Abubakar, is usually filled with an organic crowd. His words, "When you see those types of euphoria, I just laugh. That is the political strategy of crowd hiring, mobilization, commercialization of people, conscience, moving them and paying 2,000 people to come. It is outdated, analog, and it is good for bare parlor discussion. Atiku crowds are real and original. Wherever he goes, there is an organic response to his appearance." I mean, for someone who, is talking about how the rally and the participants are hired, you really do know a lot of detail. I mean, who talks about commercialization of people's conscience, mobilization, crowd hiring? I mean, you really do know the specifics and the details of how to carry, such event out. So it's like, again, his rivalry, his opposition, we don't expect anything less, but he can't really make comments like that and expect us to just be like, wow, okay, great. I mean, the most organic movement, is one that is unexpected and uncontrolled and unplanned. Well, over time, with Peter Obi's crowd, has come with organization, and of course they've had time to plan, but really I think it will always and still remain a shock as to how Peter Obi just emerged, and the next thing he's gained so much support, and you have these individuals who cannot comprehend it. And it's a lot of money goes into campaigns and just a party's presidential candidate and all that, and just to think that it's very likely Labour Party has not spent as much as PDP and APC. There is no way they have. But efficiency, right? Social media, even in on the streets and everything, you have high engagement. I mean, with the whole Peter Obi movement, we saw an increase, an incremental. I mean, PVCs. We could actually, projections show that the voting population could actually double, most likely triple, by 2023 from 2019 elections, and that is crazy, So of course, when Nigerians are uniting in terms of actually caring about who's leading their country and not necessarily just leaving it to those who are vulnerable to vote and manipulated to vote, but it's like, well, we would actually all come to a decision. We'll actually take part and responsibility and be responsible for who we put there. So when we are complaining, we would be realistic with our complaints, and we would take responsibility because we put people there. Because I think we have the confidence to complain because really we have not been part of the process, and really a lot of things have been decisions and leaders have been in positions without our input. So it's like, well, we sort of have a right to complain, but then you don't really decide. So can you really complain? But I think when you are so involved in any person or in any party or whatever, when things go wrong, well, you take responsibility for that fact. But I think, if anything, accountability becomes easy when we all take responsibility in literally taking part in these things. A comment here states, do not think that they were hired like you are hired to lie. You are a professional liar, and that's the reason you don't think anything is real. Nigerians have grown beyond listening to a clown on serious issues. We want a national rebirth to put things all right. Sorry, Dino, we understand your predicament. Better save it for the shocking news when Obi will be announced as the president-elect come 2023. What I've been thinking as well is, depending on whatever the outcome is, I think there will be chaos, to be honest. I feel like if Peter B becomes president, obviously those that are against him, there'd probably be a whole, problem and a whole court procedure to try a replica of what happened in Osun State with Adeleke. It may happen on a bigger level, of course, which would be a bit more controversial and problematic, but I think it's not far-fetched for us to think that could happen. And of course, if Tinubu should win, I think that would cause even major problems at Watiku. I mean, because I personally believe when voting population or voting engagement is seen to and predicted to have doubled or even triple, I mean, that says a lot. I personally think it says a lot, and not everyone can handle that, because again, you not being the favorite is one thing, but you not being the favorite and so unliked is another. And really, everyone is predicting, everyone is standing by who they believe is going to win, but really when results come out, that would be very different. Our comment here says you will soon decamp. Not surprising. Okowa himself acknowledged that Peter B in the race will be hard for PDP to win in the southeast. Yeah, I mean, again, it's like their rallies are all over the country. How do you want to compete with that? It just doesn't make sense at all. We are in support of the movement for Labour Party, and we are Obidients compliant. We have never been offered any cover by any individual in the Labour Party for any rally in any of the states. And I think that's, again, when it comes to spending and efficiency, right? This is why the PDP and the APC will always be upset, because you have this party where people are willing to donate millions of naira, thousands of dollars, and you have Nigerians giving out their business premises to the operations of the Labour Party. I mean, who even asked for that? I mean, it was one time of a story of a man with his how many story building. It was just like, you dedicate this and you give it to a Labour Party, and it's just like, this is where you see people engagement. It's like, it's surprising what people can actually do for who they like, and what they want, and where they see themselves going. And it's very positive. But then again, it's like no one is paying anyone to do anything. People are giving money, out of their own will, and giving premises and giving just tangible donations, which of course helps. Put what you think about it in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.